Hello, it's Professor Muldrow once again, and in this video, I'm going to show you one more decision structure that we use in Java. It is called the switch statement. You're looking at a good example of that in this code on the right side, but let me explain how a switch statement works. A switch statement starts with the keyword switch, and in the parentheses, the slide says Boolean test, but what's really going in the parentheses is a variable name. Now, one difference between a switch and an if-else is that a switch can only do the is equal to comparison. A switch cannot do less than, greater than, or anything else. It can only do is equal to. So it will try to do a comparison using these case statements. So case will contain a value, and if the variable in the parentheses is equal to that value, it will do the code in that case, and then it will come to this break statement. You have to type in the word break. Break is computer language for get out of here now. And so if you reach a break statement, that means you leave the structure altogether. So if we find the value we're looking for in a case, we'll do the code that goes to that value, and then break gets us out of the switch altogether. Now, if none of the cases have a value that matches what is the variable, we come to the default. That's basically like, okay, if it wasn't one of these, do what's in the default. Okay, here's an example on the slide. I asked the user to enter a number between 1 and 5. I store it in a variable called num, and notice I have switch num. That basically is looking at the value of num. If num is a 1, we say case 1, then print beginner level, and then break. We get out. Now down here, notice this. I have case 2 and case 3. I put two cases right together. You are allowed to do that in a switch. So that means if num is either equal to 2 or 3, then you will print intermediate level and get out. If the num variable is equal to 4 or 5, you print advanced level. And if it's any other number besides 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, we come to the default and we say invalid entry, and that's the end. So here in my code, I'm doing a little math operation program. Ask the user to enter two numbers, then to enter A, S, M, or D to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Notice what I've done here in my switch. So I've said switch op, which is basically the letter that the user just entered, but look at the first one. I say case lowercase a, case uppercase a. So if the user enters either an A, a lowercase a, or an uppercase a, I'm going to add the two numbers. If they enter either an uppercase, lowercase s, I'll subtract, multiply for an M, divide for a D, and any other letter besides those, invalid operation. Let me just show you a quick output of a couple of those. Okay. So this. So under my first number, I'll say 18. Second number is 7. Let's enter a lowercase a. Notice I added. Run again. Enter an uppercase a. It's still added. Won't go absolutely all the way through all of these, but let's just say if I do a lowercase s, subtraction. Uppercase M, I multiply. Lowercase d, and I divide. And finally, suppose I enter an x. That's an invalid operation. So there you have an example of using a switch statement in Java. As always, if you have any questions, please send me an email at kmuldrow@lbcc.edu.